Good morning from Memphis. It is 18, maybe 19 minutes after 1 on the morning of October 14th, 2022. And in tonight's space video, I'm going to talk mostly about Mars and the Moon. So we've got Jupiter over there. Saturn is getting further and further west with each passing night, so it's visible earlier in the evening. But tonight, the Moon is passing closer to Mars. It'll be much closer tomorrow night. Hopefully I can get out here tomorrow night and make another video, as the Moon will be closer to Mars tomorrow. But tonight I'm actually able to see Mars without zooming in. Perhaps because it's a little higher in the sky, a little further away from the street lights. So it's just a little bit easier to see. It's getting brighter also as we get closer to it. In our eastbound orbit around the sun, we're slowly catching Mars. We're leaving Jupiter behind. We've already passed it, and we're leaving Jupiter behind. We move much faster than Jupiter. Jupiter has a 12-year orbit around the sun. Mars has just shy of a 2-year orbital period, 687 days. So Earth is 365 days. That's 730 would be 2 years, so 687 be 47 days shy of 2 years for an orbital period for Mars. So we're slowly catching it. Be that as it may, a couple quick comparisons here. The Moon is 2,160 miles in diameter. Mars is 4,100, so almost twice the diameter of the Moon. And let's see, Mars is 1/10 as massive as Earth. The Moon is 1/80th as massive as Earth. So let's figure that out. So the Earth is 80 times as massive as the Moon and 10 times as massive as Mars. So Mars is 8 times more massive than the Moon. But with the double the Moon's diameter, if Mars were at the same distance as the Moon, it would be twice as large, which would be cool to see, but unfortunately the tides, it just would not work out very well. Looks like an airplane's about to pass between Mars and the Moon. I'd actually cross the face of the Moon. Let's see if that happens. Very, very close. Oh, just under it. But be that as it may, Mars being 8 times as massive as the Moon and twice the diameter of the Moon. If it were in the same location as the Moon, it would appear twice as large. I can't recall the formula for surface area, but it would be considerably brighter. Double the diameter, it'd be several times the surface area, so it'd be quite bright. Although the Moon's albedo is quite a bit higher than that of Mars. The surface is actually lighter. Mars is more reddish, so the Moon has more these light-colored basalt-type rocks that make it shine much brighter. Also, Mars has an atmosphere. It's only about 1/100th as thick as Earth's atmosphere. So it'd be equivalent on Earth being about 60,000 feet, thereabouts. Perhaps even higher than that, but roughly 60 to 70,000 feet on Earth. And that atmosphere is about 95% carbon dioxide and 5% other gases. So not very breathable for us. There goes some geese. Just flew between Mars and the moon. I don't think we picked them up with the camera, but a whole flock of them flew by. But Mars's atmosphere does have clouds in it, so if Mars were where the moon is, we'd see those clouds. And Mars would probably be tidally locked with the Earth, just as the moon is tidally locked to Earth. But the tides would be quite a bit more ferocious with the 8 times the mass of the moon. It just would be unmanageable. Really, everything about the Earth-Moon system is just about perfect for life as we know it. Any other configuration just would not work as well. There's no telling whether we'd be able to be here or not. So the moon is very important for life on Earth for many different reasons. But the tides come about because the Earth rotates underneath the moon, and so the moon's gravity pulls on the Earth as it rotates. And it's slowly reducing our rotation rate. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's about 1/1000th of a second per century, something minuscule like that, but it is slowly reducing our speed of rotation. But if Mars were there, the tides would just be unmanageable. Mars does have 2 moons of its own, much smaller and closer to the surface of Mars than our moon. Phobos, the inner moon, is slightly less than 4,000 miles from the surface of Mars, so about the same distance as Alaska is from South America, which is very, very close. And Deimos, the outer moon, is 14,000 miles from the surface of Mars, so a little bit farther out. But they're both quite a bit smaller, but by being closer, they're highly visible in the Martian sky. So that would be really cool. I would love to see us go there. I'd like to go myself. Who knows, if we keep ourselves healthy and strong long enough. Some of us may yet see that or even be able to travel to space. We'll just have to see what happens. To keep ourselves healthy as long as possible if we want to witness this type of stuff and participate in it. So again, this is the morning of October 14th, 2022 in Memphis.